Alright, so I've been doing a lot of gaming on my Rogue on Titan Reforged servers, and the Rogue is getting pretty well geared, almost to the point where I'm running out of stuff to do, so I'm making a second character. I made a Death Knight, and my plan to level up this Death Knight is to solo dungeons. It may not be the fastest thing, but it's a thing that I think is really fun. I like soloing dungeons. I did it on my Monk in Mists of Pandaria, and I did it on my Death Knight way back in Wrath of Lich King Classic, also a few years ago. So we're kind of doing the same thing again, but slightly different, which is kind of what Classic WoW is. Now, the Titan Reforged servers, these are servers that came out in China only, and they're based on Wrath of Lich King. They're basically Wrath of Lich King, but the main twist is that all the raids from Vanilla, Burning Crusade, and Wrath of Lich King, they're all scaled up to be all level 80 raids, 25 player, and all the loot is redesigned, revamped, new set bonuses on the tier sets. You know, there's a Death Knight tier set coming from Molten Core. Really cool. I like mixing and matching gear sets and powerful bonuses and, you know, being able to see, like, new loot that I could combine to make my character powerful. So, while a lot of it is similar, the part that's really exciting to me is the new loot. So, I like that. And if you're a foreigner like me, you're not from China, you can play this. It's just a bit hard. There's a lot of setup work. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'll have a link in the video description to a Google Doc that goes over all the details and all the information you've got to get set up to be able to access this. And for the people watching live on Twitch, you can do the, right over here, ! access command. How does that work? Do you do vanilla raids as well as Wrath raids? Do they release at the same time? Well, right now, the raids that are available are Molten Core, Azergos, Kha'Zix, and Vault of Archivon. And I did all of them on my Rogue this week. It was super cool. I got Band of Acuria, I got 3 pieces of Night Slayer, and did a bunch of damage. And I'm excited to go back again next week because I can do way more damage. Anyways, right, we're gonna solo this dungeon. This is the gear I'm working with. It's pretty much the basic Death Knight starting stuff. I grabbed some Knothide armor kits. They were really cheap, +8 stamina that I could put on the stuff, the hands, legs, feet, and chest. And then I got the Swift Hand of Justice heirloom, so I heal whenever I kill something. Got Sigil of Dark Rider. And then this I bought on the auction house, the Blade of Misfortune. And I put a Life Ward enchant on it. It's a little different. Normally you don't do weapon enchants on a Death Knight because you have powerful rune forges, but I don't have access to the most powerful rune forge at this level, so we just do a regular enchant. Anyways, enough yapping. I'm gonna put up disease, spread the diseases, Death Strike, Heart Strike, and ooh, now we're getting stunned. We could do Summon Ghoul. Spread diseases again, Death Strike, Dancing Rune Weapon, Heart Strike. Good. Good. Pretty good. We got 4,382 experience baseline. I have a little bit of rested experience that's juicing that up a bit. Alright, now we'll go for this. Yoink that guy. Spread disease. Death Strike. My ghoul's helping me out. And the goal is to just, you know, truck through these mobs basically as fast and consistently as we can. Because they offer a lot of experience. And I think it's pretty cool. I mean, just soloing dungeons. We could also just be a tank and we could, like, you know, queue into the dungeon finder and get groups that way. But I don't know. I like doing this. I'm doing this by choice, even though it's maybe not the most, you know, efficient, optimal way to level up. Boom. Boom. This. Death Strike. Heart Strike. Taking out these stupid little imps first in each of these packs. They have a little bit of health, but they can do a lot of damage, so it's a smart one to take out first. And Death Knights just have a lot of different cooldowns, so I'm not really saving any of the cooldowns. I'm just pressing them as they become available. So I spend them. You know, Dancing Rune Weapon going up. We could do a Vampiric Blood if I felt like it. He's going down. Destroyed. How much XP do you need each level? No text on XP bar. That's right. I need 386,000. Spread disease. Ooh, is this gonna chain pull? Yes it did. Okay, that's fine. I can spread disease onto him. I can Icebound Fortitude. Mark of Blood. Spread disease. Just let him run away. It's fine. Just focus on these guys. Heart Strike. Spread disease. Dancing Rune Weapon is up. Getting stunned. Knock him out. Yeah, I think the leveling will accelerate as I get higher level. You know, we'll get a little bit less XP per mob, but I'll kill the mobs much faster with higher level, especially if I unlock a good, strong skill. Alright, up on this ramp, there's potentially stealth mobs. So we might get put into combat unexpectedly. The stealth mobs here, they do a really strong poison damage over time effect. It can be dangerous. Yeah, here we go. We're in combat. Plague Strike. Icy Touch. Move up a little bit. See if I can maybe aggro one more of these guys intentionally. There we go. Spread disease from one to the next. So I don't have to reapply diseases on the new target. I didn't get any stacks of poison. There's a stack of poison. This can stack up a couple of times. Alright, boom. Keep it moving. Oh, this is a triple. I should target the rogue first, I believe. I'm going to hold some of this runic power so that I can do my dancing rune weapon right when it becomes available. Oh, I'm stunned. No, oh, I lost the disease application from being stunned. Oh, shit. Icebound Fortitude, summon Ghoul. Okay. Diseases are back up. Alright, we're back in a good situation now. Down to one mob. Johnner, hello, how's it going? Good stuff. This guy, can I just grip him? Is it gonna aggro the other stuff? No, it's not. Okay, good. Spell Interrupt. Alright, I was in this instance a little bit yesterday, but this is the farthest I've gotten. I made some mistakes yesterday, and then it got late, and then I was like, screw this. Go. Trying to line of sight these mobs back a little bit. Spread disease, interrupt, spell, death strike, heart strike. Perfect. Thuglord says, did you see Kim Jong-un is playing on the Chinese Titan Reforge server and he's leveling a druid? No, I did not see that. I'm also kind of skeptical that that's true and think you might be trying to troll me. But I'm too focused on leveling up my super cool and fun Death Knight to worry about that. true, I swear. I mean, that's exactly what a troll would say, right? Who's trying to lie to me and deceive me. But it's also what a truth teller would say, so I don't know what to believe. Nice. Yeah, these things don't really drop very much gold. Or really any gold or items. They take some pretty extensive measures to counteract botting on this server. They made it so none of the mobs in dungeons drop any coin, any like raw coin. And that was like originally, but they still dropped regular items. More recently, like a day or two ago, they put out a change that just made it so the mobs don't even drop anything that isn't a quest item. And then they also massively nerfed the amount of gold you get from vendor value of boss loot in old dungeons. So like most of the stuff we're killing here is just not gonna give us any resources other than experience. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think like anti-botting measures like that are good, and it you know, I feel like it kind of minorly affects most normal players, but not that big of a deal. So if it really puts a hamper on botting, then I'd say worth it. So you are saying they have the technology to move against botting? It seems that way. I'm gonna try to drag this into the next pack so I can spread disease more easily. Dancing rune weapon. Extra strike there. Nice. Alright, let me start looking at the next room. Do I want to drag all the way into the next room? Or are those packs maybe too big and I have to do them on their own? Looks like it's triple mob. That could be an issue. But let me see if I could just pull that warlock when he gets to the edge of his patrol. There we go. No, wait, I lost my diseases. The whole point of pulling this guy was to keep the diseases. Okay, I'm in trouble now. Damn. Okay, that did not work out in the end. Oh well. What raids are available on Titan Reforged? Right now, you can do Molten Core, Vault of Archivon, Azurgos, and Kazakh. And for the world bosses, they made them actually world bosses, like they're out in the world. They're not instanced like they were in Season of Discovery. But they just made them so they have like a 10-minute respawn. So they're no longer this thing where like you have to camp them round the clock and only the most like juiced up guild, you know, gets them and everyone else can't do the content. You know, they're still an open world thing, which I think is cool, and they just made them respawn really quickly. So like you could just go and do them if you want to. But you do get like a weekly lockout on them. You can't get loot from them twice. So I think, you know, I think Season of Discovery version of world bosses where they were instanced was better than the classic era version where like one guild on the server gets all of them and no one else gets to interact with the content. So I think SOD was an improvement over era. and I think the implementation in Titan Reforged is an improvement over the Season of Discovery implementation. Because, like, the Season of Discovery implementation with them being in an instance, like, they didn't really feel like world bosses anymore, you know? It's just go into another instance portal, whatever. Here, it still feels like a world boss. You can see other groups doing them, you can interact with other players while trying to do them, that kind of stuff, but it doesn't have that, like, really exclusive, sweaty feel of, like, only being accessible to the people that do round-the-clock scouting and summoning team and stuff like that. So I think, you know, of all the versions of Classic they've released so far, I think this is the best implementation of world bosses they've done so far. Do you think they'll do Wrath Anniversary? I don't know. I mean, it's pretty easy for them to do that because, you know, it's all basically built already. So I would say the likelihood is high. But, you know, is it that exciting? I don't know. Just like TBC isn't that exciting, you know, because I've done it before, and there's no substantial changes. World bosses are griefable again. Yes, technically true. World bosses are griefable. You could screw over someone else's Kha'Zix or Azergos attempt by messing with them while they're trying to fight it. Okay, we try again. Much better this time. Much more reasonable number of mobs to be fighting at once. Had a little bit too much last time. I think that Succubus is dealing a lot of damage. Maybe I should get rid of him. Succubus offers 970 experience. Okay, summoned mob giving experience. Highly exploitable. Yeah, this server I'm on is technically a PvP server, but I've passed by many Horde players, even, you know, contested Horde players for quests. People, oh shit, hang on, I'm taking way more damage than I thought I would. Hold on, I gotta focus. Focus. Oh, I'm dead again. Okay, I was not locked. Oh, I got a stealth extra guy. Oh, I didn't see I got a stealth extra. I thought it was another 3 mob pull just like before that was super easy. Well, not super easy, but pretty easy. But a 4th mob on top of that, yeah, that'll kill me. And these corpse runs are not fun. Honestly, maybe I should just do Dungeon Finder as a tank. This is a little bit scuffed. Maybe I should come back at like level 64 or 65. I want to get to see if I can do the first boss at least. I'm gonna work towards that goal. Then reevaluate. Alando was killing a lot of people while questing on his lock. Yeah, that's fine. Personally, I would rather have played on the PvE server, but like when I joined up, it's like all the English-speaking people were already on this server, and it's like, it's more important to me that I'm on a server with other English-speaking people than I am that I'm on like my preferred server type. I'm not a big PvP guy. I think, you know, PvP servers usually just add frustration for me and don't really, you know, I don't like going around killing other players for no reason. That is like actually just not that appealing to me. So, you know, PvP server wouldn't have been my first choice, but that's outweighed by the importance of being able to play with other people who speak English. Alright, 1, 2. Yeah, we're having a hard time here. We had a runner pull an extra pack, and then we had a 4 mob pack that we thought was going to be a 3 mob pack. That's killed me also. I mean, those are fixable mistakes. Like, we can pull the packs differently so that we never get into those situations. But it's like, at this level, this is an activity where I need to be pretty locked in to be able to be successful. Because we see, like, little mistakes, aggroing extra mobs, or letting a runner run into a pack. Like, you're just dead, and then that's, you know, minus 3 or 4 minutes before you get back to where you were. So always one stealther in that room? Yeah, but I don't know where he is. I mean, what if... Okay, never mind. I found out where he is. I think I found him. He's dead already? Really? Okay. Interrupt. Spread disease. This thing. Let me do the healing ability. Interrupt. This one's gonna get summoned. I don't have a way to stop him. Resisted the disease application. Okay, so I redid the pestilence. Okay, see, that was totally fine when we didn't get an extra mob pulling and hitting us unexpectedly. Gravestones are so cute. Yeah, instead of putting skeletons on the ground where players die, they put a little pile of dirt and a gravestone. Which, yeah, I would definitely say it's kind of cute. I like it. I think it has to do with the, like, Chinese laws of not showing bones and, like, skeletons. A lot of the, like, undead mobs and skeleton type of mobs, they have their models changed, so they're not showing any bone. Some of the skeleton mobs look a little weird in this version. But honestly, I take the little, like, dirt pile gravestone over the player skeleton. I just think this actually looks way cooler. Doesn't Solo have bread? I don't know. I don't think I've been in Solomance my entire time I've been on this server. Okay. Surely that won't 4-pull. Good. Summon Fell Hunter. He's flame striking. Let's just go around the corner so we're safe. Don't have any big problems like we did before. Let me silence him. I'm gonna lose my disease application. Unlucky. Damn, I thought I was gonna kill him before he popped off that spell. Rune tap. Throw dynamite again. Don't do that. Alright, yeah, we hit a couple of landmines there. Alright, what do we got here? This guy? Hello. Oh, okay, I can see the landmines. If I'm looking close, I could see them spawn. I could move away from them probably before they activate. Yeah, no landmines here. I think if we hit the first boss, we're gonna hit level 64. Or if we kill the first boss, we'll hit level 64. And then maybe we're just good enough to make this easier at that point. Alright, 2 stationaries plus a patrol pack. I'm gonna try to grip the patrol pack when it comes a little closer. Like, that's probably good. trying to not chain into the other mobs. There we go. Good, good, good. Summon Ghoul. Death Coils, Death Strikes. I think the main thing that's healing me is my Death Strike ability. Look at my healing done. Mostly Death Strike. A little bit of Life Ward. I think that's below average. Usually Life Ward's a little higher than that. This is just the last pull, or current pull. Could look at overall data instead of current fight. Hang on, I'm actually almost dying. Let me focus up so I don't have another embarrassing blunder. Let's see. Overall data. Health Leech from Bloodworms, Life Ward, my enchant, but yeah, Death Strike is still 50% of the healing. What's keeping me alive? You like trains? Yeah, trains are alright, I would say. Interrupt the spell. Yeah, these guys hurt with their landmines if I'm not gonna, like, actually avoid the landmine. We'll just walk up to these guys. No one left in the room, so I don't really need to pull things anymore. Do a little healing potion. You're up the Shadow Bolt. Knock him out. Oh, there's a landmine. I can move away from it before it activates. Yeah. Okay, nice. Refresh the diseases. Okay, boss time. Maybe we can get a good drop off the boss, too. I don't even know what he drops. I think he drops... I remember seeing a mail belt off of him a bunch of times when I was leveling my rogue and being frustrated, because obviously that's not good for rogue. Alright, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. 1, 2... activate cooldown. I'd assume the boss is easier than the trash, to be honest. Oh, I should save some runic power to be able to do Dancing Rune Weapon. Cool. Dancing Rune Weapon. Death Strike. Death Strike. Heart Strike. Heart Strike. Oh, whoops. I was supposed to use one of those blood runes on a disease refresh. Not a Heart Strike. It should have been one Heart Strike, one disease refresh. Yeah, okay, this guy's actually super easy. Hardest part is getting to him. We got... how much XP? 7,000 experience for the boss, and that exactly put us to level 64. We got the Librum of Saints Departed. How long have we been in this instance? 30 minutes? So we could try to keep going, or we could reset. I think killing the boss and resetting is probably a good idea. It's like, as long as we're spending 15 minutes, you know, at least 15 minutes in each dungeon, we can just reset it over and over. We'll never hit the 5 instance per hour limit, as long as we spend at least 15 minutes in each dungeon. That one was about 30 minutes, so yeah, we went slow. We'll see if we can do it any faster at level 64. What do we want? Unholy Frenzy. Will of the Necropolis. We could get the extra healing rank from Vendetta. I think I want the healing from Vendetta, just to keep myself super healthy. Alright, we'll see how fast we can do the next one. I'll start a timer. See how quick we get through it. I could also write down my experience total. You could see exactly how much experience I get. I'm at 3848 right now. Okay, we're gonna go again and try to go fast. Reset all instances. Show stopwatch. Ooh, I should check real quick if there's training for me to get. Database, spells, abilities, Death Knight. Let me check. Sometimes we might, if we have a really good ability, I'll take the time to go get it. But if not, 64, we get Blood Tap. Immediately activates a Blood Rune and converts it to a Death Rune. Death Runes count as Blood, Frost, or Unholy. That's not very important. Yeah, okay, that's not too important. Okay, we reset. Let's go in and start the timer. Doesn't Nova Instance Tracker track it? Yeah, but it doesn't, this is so you guys can see the timer. More clear for you guys. The XP? Sure, whatever, man. I can write it down and it's not a problem. I wonder how much chain pulling I can do. Let's yoink this guy in. Refresh diseases. I might be getting too greedy. Possible I'm getting too greedy. I'll let the diseases tick down on that one guy while I smash the other guys. Ugh, stunned. Not fun. Fumbled the targeting there a little bit. Two mobs. I'm gonna keep trying to chain pull, so we're always gonna pull the next pack when I'm down to one mob on the current pack. Yeah, he's basically dead. So here, log damage, pull that imp. Okay, good. So far, our perpetual combat plan is working out. He's gone. Yo, Notical with a Prime Gaming, thank you very much. Hope you're having a wonderful day. What headphones are those? There's some cheap shit I bought on Amazon. They say stereo headphones, ATH-EQ300M. I think they come from Japan. But they cost me like 15 bucks on Amazon. I like them because they're very lightweight. Oh, we're gonna lose our perpetual combat. That's okay, though. For a prime sub, I'll lose my perpetual combat streak in this dungeon. That's okay. None of these things will have any loot. I like cheap shit from Japan. Yeah. I mean, they're really lightweight, so I can wear them all day. They can hang on my ears, and my ears don't hurt. If I have bigger ones that hang on the ear and they have more weight to them, my ears will start hurting if I wear them for extended periods of time. And they're really good. Also, I bought them specifically ones like this instead of ones that go over the head because I wear hats all the time. And if I had ones that go over the head, I wouldn't have very many hats that could combo with that effectively. I'm trying to find, like, a stealth mob. Please be aggroed by a stealth mob. No? Okay. Oh, well. Here's a stealth mob. Bring them all in. Spread disease. Target that guy first. Dancing rune weapon. Vampiric blood. How about? Ooh, we got friendly with honor hold. How about that? I don't know if that gives me anything good. Am I dropping diseases? Yeah, I'm dropping diseases. Okay. These guys with the stun are kind of annoying. There's going to be an extra mob here, I think. Let me go all the way around the corner. Spread disease again. Interrupt that spell. Oh, never mind. Don't interrupt it. I didn't have runic power, I think, for the interrupt at the time I pressed it. Let me take this. Do a mark of blood on one guy. Does this guy get, like, enraged or something? Ew, all my diseases are gone now. Alright, hold on. We gotta work hard here. Good. Good. Finish this guy off. I think we're going way faster than last time. I mean, that's obvious we're going way faster than last time. I don't know how much of it is, like, me being a little bit more familiar with what's going on, more comfortable with the damage intake, knowing how to manage it, or how much of it is I'm one level higher than I was before. How do you have the game in English? You have to edit some configuration files before you open the game. If you do the !access command that's right there. Hang on, I am dying. Trying to help chat often gets me killed. It has everything you need to know about setting up the game, including how to launch it in English. No! Alright, that chatter's getting timed out for 3 minutes. That's just the price you pay. You got helped, but I got killed. That's a 3-minute timeout. I hope you're okay with that, you know. What sword is that? It looks cool. It's the Blade of Misfortune. You know, you're not banned. You're welcome back. It's just I mean, I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. That's what it is. It's a tyranny here. It's okay. I can edit out the time loss from the death. You know, we could go right, assuming I didn't die there, how long would the run be? I can figure out exactly what that would be, because we got the easy timer running. You know, if I check the VOD. Time for a mutiny in here? Alright, we're back in, but we're not quite up to the area where we were before. Little major strength. Little major fortitude. Hell no, we won't sub. Look, I can bring back the channel point reward for an ad break. Do you want me to bring back the channel point reward for an ad break? Like, if we're gonna clash here, I think, you know, I mean, I can make it really good for the subbers and really not good for the non-subbers if we're gonna go to war here. I wouldn't do that. I'm joking around, you guys. All right, now we're back. 9 minutes 40, and we're back where we were. Walk into the next pack. Nope, too slow with the spell interrupt. Shit. What happened to my music? Had some good background music going. Skip to next track. Super Smash Bros. Music mix. Okay, that's a good music mix. My 8 years of being on Twitch, that was my first time out. My bad you died there. Thanks for the info you gave. Okay, yeah, I hope it's all in good fun. I'm not mad at you. I thought it was funny. Sorry to put this stain on your otherwise immaculate record, Padrox. Spread disease. Stun. Don't like that. Oh, stun again! Don't do that to me, no! Knock that guy out. Alright, next. Keep getting stunned. The guy with the shield, I think, that stuns me. It's a shield bash ability. How is he gonna feed his kids now that he has it on his record? He had a clean record. Now who's gonna hire him now, dude? He's a convicted Twitch felon. I don't know. That sounds too extreme. Okay, where do we go here? I think we go like this. 3 mob pull. Okay, yeah, that's good. This room is where it's gonna get a little spicy. Died here a couple times already. There's a flame strike, so I'm gonna just back out of that so we don't take extra damage from it. I can say I got a streamer killed via chat. You can say that is true. Honestly, it's kind of in a way, it's a little bit of a relief that the mobs just don't drop anything anymore, because now I just completely don't have to worry about looting them. And like when they run away and then you had to go and run to loot them, it was annoying. Would I rather they have loot on them though? Yeah, of course. But I mean, in this small way, bit of a relief. Oh my god, I thought the diseases were gonna kill him before he finished that spell cast there. Got the refresh. I was stunned. I was spamming the button to try to refresh. They should drop mana orbs for healers to regain. Someone reports you for being not from China. Will Blizzard ban the account number? I don't know, but I don't think so. There's been a lot of like Chinese media coverage that, oh, look at these, you know, these foreigners that are playing the game, and like, look at what they're doing. This is cool. This is not cool. Like, there's a lot of awareness that there are foreigners playing the game, and I think if foreigners playing the game was going to be a big issue, that awareness would cause those people to get banned pretty quickly. And as far as I know, people that have been talked about, you know, in the media coverage have not been banned yet. I screwed up. I'm dropping disease now. Right, it's all dead. Perfect. Yeah, Zyrene was in here talking, and yeah, I mean, literally, Blizzard employees know that this is happening. I mean, Blizzard employees have been in my chat before, talking to me about it. No problem. When these were first coming out, I was very concerned that, like, you know, playing it would in some way, you know, get me in trouble or get someone else in trouble. But after investigating it more, I learned that actually, no, it's not a problem. Like, there's no issue here. Say the server is more retail or classic? I mean, what I would if I had to say one or the other, it's definitely more classic. I mean, and I think a big defining factor of that to me is one single raid difficulty. There's not 1,000 different difficulty modes to choose from. That's something that really, like, grinds my gears about, like, Mists of Pandaria. All is like, oh, what difficulty mode are we doing the raid on? I want to do it on the harder mode. I want to do it on the easy. And then you get into fights with people about, like, which difficulty mode we should do. It's so annoying. Just so annoying. Here, there is one mode on each raid. That's it. So I would say overall, definitely has a more classic feel to me. But, you know, you ask someone else, they would probably say it has a more retail feel. What add-on you using to show the hit and damage? No add-on for that. I changed the, like, font size in the game, which you can do exclamation point big. Do that. And then I installed some custom fonts that show English and Chinese characters. And honestly, I'm not really sure I installed them correctly. I seem to have overwritten the default game font and inadvertently changed it, and I don't really know how I went about doing that, honestly. I had some trouble installing the fonts, and you know what? Right now, they pretty much work, so I'm just not going to question it. Yeah, I'm chain pulling the trash into the boss. Eat. There we go. Summon Ghoul for more damage. Death Strike. I can make those Death Strikes hit really hard. I have a glyph that makes it so my Death Strikes do more damage when I have a high amount of runic power. Damn, I thought I was going to get the disease refresh there. So I want to spend my runic power, but if I can, I also want to, like, kind of maintain, you know, above half or whatever. Okay, I screwed up again with the diseases, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. This guy's going down. He is not the hard part of this fight, or this dungeon. Girdle of the Gale. Dude, this is the thing that kept dropping when I was on my rogue. This is the bullshit mail item that I do not want. 8 mana per 5, 9 spell power, 2 sockets. Give me a break. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. 21 minutes, 27 seconds. Let's see, I started at 3848 experience-wise, and I'm up to 204 280. Alright, let's do a quick calculation. 204 280 minus 3848 means I earned 200,000 experience, and let's say without the death probably cost me more than a minute, but let's say it cost me 1 minute, so I'll shave 1 minute off the timer here when we zone out. Probably cost me closer to 90 seconds or 2 minutes, but we'll go with a conservative estimate, say the death cost me 1 minute, and then we'll be able to get a XP per hour figure. Pause 22:36. So that's 21. So if I subtract 1 minute, we could say that's 21 and a half minutes out of 60 minutes per hour. So multiply by 60, divide by 21.5. 559,000 experience per hour at a good clear rate there. I'd say that's pretty good. I mean, my entire level takes 428,000, so that's still a sub 1 hour level, and we could definitely improve the gameplay. I mean, we can make that go faster. Let's try to make it go faster. Chain pull this first section. Get this guy in. I think a good thing I can do is I can try to use my cooldowns a lot more. I think especially the offensive cooldowns, I was probably not using them enough. Stunned. Just like I gotta notice when they're off cooldown and I gotta press them again. That's really all there is to it. We could try to use defensive cooldowns more and like more aggressively pull mobs, but I think maybe it's better, at least for now, to just save the defensive cooldowns for, like, if I make a mistake or think I get into a bad situation and try to bail myself out of a bad situation, rather than intentionally putting myself in a situation where I need them to be used. Interrupt that. This guy's running away. Perfect. I like fighting these guys because these guys do not stun me. The guys with the shields stunning me every once in a while, that's a bit of an issue. Do not like having those guys around. Alright, you're dead. Let's pull the imp. Got hit by a big explosion there. Like, here, we'll do a mark for blood. Because I'm taking a bit of damage, want to recover that health. He's gone. Nice. Alright, drag these guys towards the next pack. Use a little bit of healing magic. Do EXP banners exist here? No, I think that was a either Cataclysm or Mists of Pandaria edition. As far as I know, they do not exist here. Chain into this group. I wonder if Blood Boil's a good button to use. Like, is Heart Strike... Like, I sometimes press Heart Strike, and that's just for damage output. I wonder... Oh, man. I lost those diseases because I was stunned right at the time I was intending to refresh them. That is unlucky. But, yeah, I was saying, I wonder if Blood Boil is gonna output more damage in any circumstance. Like, how many mobs would I have to have for Blood Boil to be better than Heart Strike? Come on, stealth mobs. There's a stealth mob. Alright. Oh, shit. The other guy died before I spread the diseases. Is the damage exactly the same as in regular Wrath, or are there scaling changes? I think the characters, aside, they have made some class changes, but for the most part, the classes are unchanged. I think the characters are basically the same as level 80, level 80 Wrath characters. Outside of the, they changed warriors, rogues, and did a buff to two-handed enhanced shamans. Oh, shit. Oh, hang on. I'm dead. I might be dead. I need this one. Can't drink another. I'm dead. Fuck. Yeah, we had a stealth guy come up that I wasn't expecting. Right, the characters are the same. Prot warriors were buffed, rogues got their tricks of the trade energy cost removed, and two-handed enhanced shamans got some kind of buffs. Other than that, I think the characters are the same. But it's all the raid content that's been rescaled. That's the main thing. That's like pretty much the only thing. The only major thing. Raid content is all changed. Are you gonna main Rogue or DK? I don't know. I'm just gonna play them both. I don't really think of one as a main and one as a alt. Whenever I play multiple characters, that's always how it is. Like, every character just, you know, I'm gonna play it. It's not like more important or less important than a different character. Dang it, I was hoping we would have a deathless run. Got a little too greedy on that staircase. This death was like just a little bit earlier in the run. No, actually, this death was at pretty much the same point. The death in the first run, or the previous run, I mean, was like to the caster pack one pull after the pull that I died right here. Fortitude. Major Strength. I don't have Horn of Winter yet. It's a good buff. Strength and Agility buff. But I'm not high enough level to have that skill. I think maybe if I hit 65, I could do this in Blood Presence with way higher damage output, and that could be good. Right now I'm running Frost Presence, 8% stamina, armor contribution from items increased by 60%, damage taken reduced by 8%, and the alternative is Blood Presence, 15% increased damage. The healing that Blood Presence does, I have a talent here that lets me keep that healing while in other stances. So the healing from damage dealt is the same. Dang, I lost these diseases again. What the hell? We lived through the poison, though. The poison from the previous mob was a little iffy. Yo, Command Dow says you're 54 on your anniversary, Rogue. Guys on Discord are super helpful. We're glad to hear it. I love... Are you doing the backstab, or sorry, ambush leveling build that I have on the Discord, or are you going with like a more standard combat? I love leveling the vanilla rogues with the ambush build. Like, that shit's so fun to me. It never gets old ambushing a mob for half of itself. When is pre-patch on anniversary? That's January 13th. When the pre-patch hits and it moves over to, you know, TBC talents and stuff. Went ambush this time, first time doing it, a lot of fun. Well, glad to hear it. Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun with that build too. So I'm glad you're enjoying it as well. Oh, I don't have Death Grip available right now. Not want to pull the next pack yet. Now I think I'm okay with pulling the next pack. Okay, good. Refresh disease, good. Oh, this guy's coming back. Back for more, huh? I'll put diseases up on you again. It's toast. Really did make it so nothing whatsoever dropped. Yeah, actual no drops from low-level instance mobs. Pagani says, wish you have a great day. Greetings from Denmark. Well, welcome to the stream, Pagani. Hope you're having a great day too. I'm having a good day. We managed to do our first GDKP raid in China. You know, the most expensive item sold for like 1.4 thousand gold, which I thought was pretty reasonable. You know, it wasn't like everyone was obviously wailing and buying a bunch of gold. We were just unlucky, like nothing we even wanted dropped. The GDAP was for Lord Kazakh, the world boss. And we had a unfortunate and I thought kind of funny problem where we killed the boss too close to the respawn point. And then we were sitting around trying to dole out the loot, and then the boss respawned. And then while we were trying to dole out the loot from the boss, it kept re-aggroing because we were too close to the spawn point of the boss. Oh man, it was kind of funny. We had a bunch of trouble with that. But I was a little concerned that, you know, the language barrier of like me not, you know, speaking Mandarin or being able to read or write Chinese would cause some like problems or unnecessary friction in the group, but I was able to like participate and do things, and it all worked out just fine. With, you know, extensive use of Google Translate. Really. Doink. How much gold did you make at the end? The split was 191 gold. So I showed up, I topped the damage meter, no loot that was good for me dropped, and I got 191 gold. So next time we go to a group, I have a little bit more gold to spend. Move, 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 move. Oh, he's fireballing. We can't move. Put up the mark for blood. Mark of blood. I mean. So this ability, what it does is it's a 20-second debuff. And whenever the debuffed mob hits you, it automatically heals you after the hit. So when I'm taking a lot of damage, I want to put that ability on like a melee attacker mob. It's not as good on like a caster mob that's not going to be melee attacking me as much. Alright, last time we died here because we aggroed a stealth guy. Let's see if we can avoid aggroing a stealth guy this time. Stunned. Lame. Ooh, resisted the disease refresh. Maybe I need more spell hit chance? Alright, I'm not going to try to chain pull this, because I know there's that other stealther there. I really do not want to aggro the stealther. Just throw this down again, see if I'll get lucky and the stealther will be there. I don't think so. Alright, we got Summoner, Summoner, Adept. It's going to be hard to pull them away from where they are, because the Summoner is just going to stand there and summon. That's what they do. Okay, he decided to not do that, which I appreciate. Alright, you got summons, I got summons too. Let's bring the ghoul into the situation. Vampiric Blood, Disease Refresh, another Death Strike. We don't have the stealth guy attacking me, so that's good. We managed to avoid him. Good, good. Alright, we're back in it now. Definitely back in it. We got a little low health there, but it's okay. Let's see if we can find this stealth boy now. Did a lot of work trying to find him. Didn't pull him out with any of those death and decays I was using. Just for real, is he not gonna... What are we talking about here? I thought he was in this room. Alright, maybe the stealth guy will just kill me later. I don't know. I really thought there was a stealth guy in that room. Good. Zikid, hello. How's it going? Welcome. Hope you're having a good day. Let's see. Here, we could pull this guy, maybe? Oh, don't dynamite me. Good. Okay. Good positioning. Oh, there's a thing on the ground. Let me move away from that. Put up a little Icebound Fortitude. Reduce my damage taken. Oh, never mind. I was going to move away from that landmine, but popped up. It exploded right as I started moving away. Oh, yeah, there's a new one. Move out from that. A couple of landmines still around there. What should I do? I should do this guy, probably. Nice, okay. Put them back to a pretty comfortable spot, I would say. Good, good, good. One disease, two disease. Red disease. The Death Knight way. Interrupt. Summon Ghoul Buddy. Goodbye. 1700 damage Death Strike. Love that. Alright, last two mobs. The Foot Fist way, the 1-2, the Icy Touch, the Plague Strike. 1 disease, 2 disease. Spread disease. I'm taking some damage. I don't appreciate it. Alright, now we're good. Now we're good. Let's chain into the boss. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. I spread disease off the incorrect target. Can I just drag this guy back towards the start of the instance? Or is he gonna reset if I leave the room? Because we could cut down on our run back time if I could just drag him to the... Oh, wait, the door closed. I see. Okay, this is as far as I could drag him, would be the front of this room. But no farther. Doesn't really look like a closed door. I mean, it looks like a situation where I could easily just walk under that spike, and it wouldn't impede my ability to exit the room. But, Invisible Wall says otherwise. Disease Rogue Dapperton. Yeah. I'm inventing a new meta. Like, we were playing Assassination Rogue before. Some losers were playing Combat Rogue because they didn't know how cool Assassination Rogue was. But, like, the new meta is Disease Rogue. Okay? Yeah, use a two-handed weapon. Double Swift Hand of Justice. You know, Great Helm of the Scourge Champion, actually Biss. Almost level 65. We had 204,000 experience per run. And we started at 3.8. So yeah, we need just over 2 runs to level up here. So we're still hitting sub 1 hour levels. But we haven't done a deathless run yet here. I want to do a deathless run, see how quick we can make it. I mean, this one's going to be a little scuffed because I'm going to be a higher level, which means partway through I'm going to start getting less experience per mob. But I believe the experience per hour will go up. Let me write these numbers. Actually, I'm just going to rely on the Nova thing that tracks it for the experience number, how much I gained. Alright, back in once more. Well, then, you know, once we do this once more, then we'll do it again once more. And probably again after that. That's just the way it goes. Or we could finally try to group with someone, but I don't know about that. I mean, if you ask me, Death Knights weren't made for grouping. Stunned. Some death strikes. He's getting knocked down. Pull this guy over. Spread disease. Interrupt the spell. Knock out the imp. Go back to the low health guy. Excellent. Good. Good. You're done. What are we getting? Oh, we're not leveled up quite yet. So we're still getting 4,128 experience per level 61 mob. There's the level up. Okay. Vendetta. I mean, should we Unholy Frenzy? I feel like losing 30% of my maximum health just kind of doesn't feel worth it. We could also invest in Subversion for Heart Strikes, or we could go over here. Runic Power maximum, Toughness. Oh, I wanted to go. I know where I want to go. I want to invest in chance to hit with spells, reduce chances of your damage over time, disease. I want to invest towards Epidemic. Increasing the duration of the diseases, I think, would be very good. Critical strike chance by 3% and critical strike damage bonus, that's irrelevant. So we could go for Virulence, Spell Hit Chance. I think we'll just go with Anticipation and then build towards Epidemic. I don't know about this, the efficiency of Unholy Frenzy. I could be totally wrong in that, and it could be like a really good idea to take that, but my impression is that makes it a little too difficult to maintain my health. You know, the damage gain of that ability comes at a significant cost. Would you go Hammer Blacksmith in Phase 1 of TBC as Rogue? No. I would not, because I feel like that's a waste of money. There's a lot of different weapon options that you can get that don't require you to be a specific profession. You know, you can go Spike Blade, you can be Blink Strike, you can go Dragon Maw, you can go Gladiator's Slicer, and those are all, excuse me, good weapon options that are very similar to each other in performance. Why did they remake Unholy Frenzy? It used to be called Hysteria. Which, when Blizzard was under a lot of pressure for, like, mistreating women in the workplace, they went through and they changed a bunch of stuff in the game. Hysteria is one of the things they changed. I believe the reason, I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure this is right. The reason is that hysteria is like an old term for like women getting really upset about something. They would say the woman is hysterical. And so I guess Blizzard deemed that ability name to be offensive, so they changed it. My take is, for things like that, when it's obvious you're not referring to the thing that might be offensive and it just happens to be the same name, like, I think that's stupid to change. Spread disease, good. Interrupt spell, good. Can I go Death Coil that guy? Nice. Damn. Huh. My diseases did not quite last long enough to get spread there. These mobs didn't pull in as quickly as I thought they would. Drop that. So the main thing I'm really doing here is you put up diseases, and then you spend as many blue and green runes on casting Death Strike as you can, and then you use your red runes to refresh the diseases with your Pestilence ability. The Death Strike's the main thing. Sometimes you cap out on Runic Power, and then you want to dump the Runic Power with Heart Strike. Not Heart Strike, Death Coil. Oh, shit. Hold on. There's too many mobs. I'm dead. Fuck. I didn't think those were both going to pull together. There goes our next, our third attempt in a row at a deathless run. We failed. I did not think those two groups would, like, immediately aggro like that. I thought I would safely pull the 2 elites plus 1 imp. Even though I was, like, walking into them. I'm pretty sure I pulled those backwards in previous runs. But, I don't know. This is just how instance farms go. Like, if you don't know it, if you don't know everything you're doing, you're going to make mistakes like this, and then you're going to learn and you're going to get better, you know? I think that's kind of cool. I like it, even if it's not the most efficient thing. But it's like, every time we make a mistake, we learn to not do that mistake or play a little better in the future. Moo Hawk says you don't have a sub alert. Not that I mind, but maybe other people do. No, I have a sub alert. I don't see, you know, I see plenty of other people subbed. I did not see you subbed. I think you're trying to suggest that you subbed but did not have an alert happen. It's possible it's not working for some reason, but it's been working today for plenty of other people. Oh shit, we're out of potions. I died too many times. No more potions. Does this imp respawn? There's no way I didn't kill it before. Definitely killed it before. Alright, we will pull this pack back this time. No more funny business. I think it's like I'm powering up, and I'm like overestimating how much power I gain, like how sloppy I can be with the gameplay, and then I keep getting punished, right? Whenever I overestimate, you know, how much power I have and what my character can handle. Alright, this one I can walk into without pulling anything else. That's for sure. There's the fireball. There it is. Interrupt the fireball. Death coil. Death strike. Good. Guys are dead, right? Yeah, they're dead. Didn't chain them into the next pack to spread disease. I'm, you know, I'm a little nervous after just dying to, you know, ramp it up to the point of chain pulling stuff again. You know, being a little more cautious so we don't have another super embarrassing death in the same run. There. But we'll chain pull these guys. Fine. Good. There we go. Good. Let me see. I wonder if I can look at my Twitch dashboard rather than the OBS dashboard. Maybe that will show a subscriber that, you know, if something's going wrong with the dashboard I'm looking at right now. Let me see. Let's see. Follow, and Nokatal subscribed with Prime 58 minutes ago. That's what it says. Yeah. Yeah, the Twitch UI, like the Twitch dashboard shows the same thing as my dashboard. Shows exactly the same. Yeah, Nokatal was the last sub 58 minutes ago. Airplane Man, you say exclamation point PTR. There is no exclamation point PTR command, but if you use your words, I might be able to answer whatever question, whatever you were trying to find out about. Might be able to help you. I'm gonna wait on this guy. Wait for him to be over there. Skim through the VOD from yesterday regarding weak auras on the PTR. I know you explained it. Yeah, just look on the Discord in the TBC anniversary channel and scroll up. There's some instructions on how to get the add-on working. Moo HC says, at least from my side, I'm subbed now. You have a 2-month subscriber badge, so I think you've been subbed for a while. Like, at least 2 months. I'm not really sure what's going on with that situation, Moo HC. Or Moo Hawk. Oh, here we go. Stealth Mob showed up. Goodbye, Stealth Mob. All my runes are on cooldown. I'm not going to walk into these guys with every rune on cooldown. Disease, that's good. Good. Okay. Almost at the boss again. Spread. I don't know. Do you think if I wasn't dying in any of these runs, you know, if we shaved, I don't know, 90 seconds off of each run, will this still be efficient leveling? Like, we're getting sub 1 hour levels, but how would that, do you guys think that'd be better, worse than Dungeon Finder and or questing? Eventually, doing Blood Furnace again is just going to be boring. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm trying to think up, we solo a different dungeon? Is there any other dungeon that'd be, like, worthwhile to solo? Or should we just, you know, succumb to the meta and level in, you know, Dungeon Finder groups, like tanking actual proper groups rather than trying to solo? Go the other one for a chance for the cool pole arm. Oh, okay, the other one was really challenging for me. Last time I was doing that one, I think I was level 63, so, like, maybe I'm high enough level now that it wouldn't be so much of an issue. But that was basically, it was a bunch of, like, 3 and 4 mob pulls and mobs that would disarm me. It had a lot of nasty abilities, and caster mobs that would just spam Scorch and just truck me and deal so much damage. Oh, hang on, I'm about to die. Alright, we're back. We're so back. I think between my Vendetta talent and the 2 Swift Hand of Justice I have, I think I heal for 10% of my health whenever I kill something. Look at the combat log. Vendetta, 142, 142, 426. 2% each, so 284 plus 426, 710. Yeah, every time I kill something, 10% of my health. Kind of nice. It's a lot of health. All right, maybe after this run, we'll try to do Ramparts. See if we can actually do it. I think I get way more... honestly, I think I get way more experience in this one. Ramparts is low XP compared to this. I don't know. I'm not super motivated to do a Ramparts run, honestly. Interrupt. Silence. Bring him in. There we go. Spread disease onto the boss. Into the air. You know what I think would be fun is if we went on to the Anniversary Realms and we stealth farmed Naxxramas for the Frozen Runes. That could be fun. Just a full, like, solo stealth run in Naxxramas. We should be able to get at least 6 rune locations, which would be 24 to 36 frozen rune items. It's not like I'm gonna log in and do a Nax Ramus group. Costs too much gold. Those are too expensive. Girdle of Gale Storm again? That's some bullshit. Have you noticed any difference in the way Chinese players approach the game compared to NA? I mean, the main thing I've interacted with a lot of Chinese players doing is random dungeon finder. So I can speak to that experience because I've done it a lot. The meta in random dungeon finder on this server is to skip literally every trash pack and every boss you possibly can in order to get to the final boss of the dungeon faster and get the dungeon completion credit. You can have a boss standing there with no trash packs between your group and the boss, and they will walk around it, not pull it, and move on. Not get the loot from it, you know, just as they want to get to the last boss faster. And I would say that would surprise me a lot if that had, you know, that surprised me a lot when I first saw it start to happen when I started playing here, because I'm like, there's no way NA players would do that. There's a boss there with loot. But yeah, I mean, the meta is definitely just finish the dungeon ASAP, skip everything, even bosses that drop loot. So that's the most noticeable difference, I would say, so far that I've experienced. Alright, that was kind of a slow one. This guy's level 60. Is this guy really trying to do Blood Furnace at 60? He might be having a hard time. It has always been the meta. I mean, when I did random dungeon finders in Cataclysm, and when I did them in Mists of Pandaria, I would say no. I would say most people were killing all bosses. You know, I think you'd occasionally skip a boss, but pretty much always kill them all. I don't know if that's maybe a difference with, like, the Cataclysm and Mop dungeons. You can't skip as many bosses. Maybe that's the source of it, but I mean, I did a lot of random dungeon finder there, too. And I didn't feel like people were skipping bosses that much.